What if the problem isn't your faith, but the very first line you start with? Because that opening decides whether your prayer becomes a checklist or a real conversation. And most people, without realizing it, start in a way that ruins everything. In this video, you're going to learn how to really pray, the kind of prayer that changes your inner peace, starting today. If you've ever felt like God was far away, type "me too." Now listen to this slowly, because it could change everything for you. A lot of people think the problem is that they don't pray enough, or they don't have the right words, or God is too busy, or they don't deserve to be heard. But most of the time, it's not that. Most of the time, what's failing is the beginning. The first step, the first sentence, that first second where you decide if you're entering in a rush or with presence. If you're entering like someone demanding or like someone coming close. If you're entering from fear or from trust. I need this. I'm missing that. Fix this for me. Hurry up. I can't take it anymore. That wouldn't be a conversation. That would be a release. And yes, you might feel compassion, but that beginning already put the relationship into tension mode, pressure mode. Now imagine that someone is you, entering like that every single day in front of God. It's not that talking, crying, asking doesn't matter. Of course it matters. But if you start the wrong way, you stay on the surface and you never cross into the place where the most powerful thing happens, real connection. Today we're going to fix that, and not with a cold formula or complicated words, with something simple, with an order that changes everything. And I want you to stay until the end, because what I'm about to give you isn't just a nice idea. It's a concrete way to start that pulls you out of the noise and places you in the right position. You'll feel it. You'll notice the difference in your chest, and you'll know it when it happens. You'll finish a prayer, and even if the situation hasn't changed yet, inside you won't be the same. We're going to go step by step, but not like a class, like a conversation, because this is what almost nobody understands. Really, praying isn't about saying a lot. It's about entering well. It's about starting well. And starting well means recognizing who you're talking to before you tell him what you need. If this is making sense, don't leave it only in your head. I'm going to give it to you. But first you need to understand why it works, because if you don't understand the why, tomorrow you'll run back into urgency and forget. The right first sentence isn't a magic phrase. It's a posture. It's an act of alignment. It's like straightening your compass before you start walking. When you begin by saying who God is, your mind stops putting the problem at the center. Your heart stops entering trembling. Your breathing slows down. And only then do your words become a conversation, not a dump. Think of a moment when someone came into your life and gave you peace just by being there. They didn't fix everything. They didn't give you a speech. They were simply present, and that organized something inside you. Now imagine that presence is real and available, and you can come close to it. But if you enter screaming inside, if you enter running, if you enter like someone pounding on a door in fear, you won't perceive peace. Peace is not perceived while sprinting. Peace is perceived when you stop and recognize where you are. Now, I'll give you a short, clean version you can use, starting today, without feeling like you're acting or repeating something empty. God. If you want something even simpler, God, here I am, but with one condition. Don't say it like you're opening a quick chat. Say it like you're walking into a room where someone you love is waiting for you. Pause, breathe, and release that first line like a key. And here's a mini challenge for you. So this doesn't stay as theory. Today, when this video ends, pray for 20 seconds, not an hour. 20 seconds, only with the right beginning. And if you want, come back and tell me if you felt anything different, even if it was small, because many times transformation starts with something small but real. Now, the second mistake that destroys prayer without you noticing, turning prayer into negotiation. God, if you do this, I'll do that. God, if you help me, I promise I'll. That comes from fear, from the feeling that you have to convince him. But real prayer isn't convincing, it's trusting. And here's the step that changes your character. At some point, after acknowledging who God is, you have to release control. And this is what almost nobody wants to hear, but it's what frees you the most. You won't always understand the plan, but you can trust the heart of God. When you really pray, there is a moment when you say, I only want what I want. I want what is right. And that doesn't make you weaker. It makes you stronger, because it pulls you out of panic and places you into steadiness. Let me say it another way. There are prayers that are born from the fear of losing. and there are prayers born from the confidence of being held. Both speak, but only one gives you peace. If you enter with the right beginning and then say, God, guide me, teach me your will, align my heart, your prayer becomes a compass, and your day starts to come into order. Anxiety turns down the volume, and even without an immediate answer, inside you're no longer lost. Third mistake, praying from the future, from tomorrow, from the mental movie of the worst case scenario. What if it doesn't happen? What if it gets worse? What if I end up with nothing? What if they reject me? What if this never changes? And then prayer becomes a worry loop. You're praying, but you're actually feeding fear. You're praying, but you're telling yourself the same threat story. How do you correct it? With a line many people don't value, but it's one of the most powerful. Asking for today's bread, not a lifetime's worth. Today's translated into your life. God, give me what I need for today. Give me peace for today, clarity for today, strength for today. Because when you bring prayer into the present, the mind stops running, and it's in the present where you can actually hear. And stay with me, because what comes next is delicate and strong, and it may be the exact reason many people feel a wall in prayer. There's an error you can't see from the outside, but inside it weighs like a stone. Resentment. Some people ask for peace, but they're holding poison. Some ask for clarity, but they're holding bitterness. And I'm not telling you this to condemn you. I'm telling you because if you recognize it, you get free. Really praying includes a moment where you release the people who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to breathe. And when you say, God, help me forgive, help me let go, heal me inside, prayer stops being a list of requests and becomes real healing. And listen, forgiving isn't saying it was okay. It isn't denying the pain. It's stopping the daily burden. It's releasing the inner need to get revenge. It's stopping the replay. It's allowing God to heal what you can't heal with your mind. And that's where many prayers change. When you stop talking only about what you lack, and you start talking about what's breaking you inside. Because God doesn't only want to help you externally, He wants to bring order inside you. Fifth mistake, believing you have to be strong alone. That asking for help is weakness. That if you fall into the same thing again, it means you're worthless. So you pray with shame. You pray for forgiveness without believing you're forgiven. You pray feeling dirty, and that makes you hide. But real prayer is where you stop acting strong and become honest. God, I can't do this alone. That sentence, spoken for real, is one of the most powerful because it's the beginning of dependence. And dependence, far from humiliating, stabilizes you. There are battles that aren't only external, they're internal. Temptations, impulses, anger, sadness, hopelessness, the urge to quit, the urge to hurt yourself through your own decisions. And real prayer includes this: God, lead me away from what destroys me. Protect me from what I can't see. Deliver me from evil. You don't have to dress it up, just say it real. Because when you say it, you're admitting you need a shield. And God is not offended by that. On the contrary, that's where change begins. Sixth mistake, praying to perform, even if it's only in your own mind. Praying as if you have to sound perfect, as if God is impressed by long words. And this is key. God is not looking for a performance, He's looking for sincerity. Some people think, I don't know how to pray, I don't know how to talk, so they stay silent. But really, praying isn't speaking beautifully, it's speaking truthfully. Sometimes your most powerful prayer will be, God, I'm tired. Sometimes it will be, God, help me, because I can't take it anymore. Sometimes it will be silence with tears, and it counts, because God doesn't listen the way humans listen. God looks at the heart, and when you take off the mask, you can finally breathe. Here's something I want you to note in your mind, because it will hold you up when you feel like nothing is changing. Faith is not a feeling. Faith is trust even when you don't feel anything. There will be days you pray and you feel nothing. And that's where many people quit. Nothing happened. I didn't feel it. It doesn't work. But real prayer doesn't depend on your emotions in the moment. It depends on the truth. God hears, even when you feel dry, even when you're confused, even on a bad day. And that's a massive freedom, because you no longer need to be okay to draw near. Now, I promised we'd keep coming back to the central point, the first sentence, because that's what gives you consistency. And now, I'm going to show you what a complete prayer looks like: simple, real, in the right order so you can copy it into your life without it feeling heavy. Don't make it long, make it true. First, acknowledgement. Second, alignment. Third, daily provision. Fourth, healing of the heart. Fifth, protection and guidance. Sixth, gratitude. And then, if you want, your specific requests. Because yes, you can ask, but now you're asking from peace. Watch how everything changes when you start like this. God, you are holy, you are here. I draw near to you. Pause, breathe, align my heart with yours. I want what is right, not only what I'm afraid to lose. Pause, give me today what I need to walk. Give me clarity, strength, peace. Pause, heal my heart, help me release what makes me bitter. Teach me to forgive. Pause, lead me away from evil. Protect me from what I can't see. Steady my mind. Pause, thank you for being with me, even when I didn't know how to talk to you. Do you see it? It's no longer a list, it's a path. And when you do that, prayer changes you while you're still waiting for things to change outside. Now stay with me, because we're going to touch something that makes many people betray themselves without realizing it, believing that repeating the same thing makes God listen more. Repeating and repeating as if God were deaf, as if lengths were power. But power isn't in length, it's in honesty, it's in alignment, it's in presence. One real sentence is worth more than 100 empty sentences. And this frees you because you no longer carry the idea of I didn't do it right. You did it right if you were real. And here is another ingredient that makes prayer irresistible on the inside. Gratitude, not fake positivity, real recognition. Because when you give thanks, something settles. When you give thanks, your mind stops scanning only for threat. It starts remembering provision. It starts remembering protection. It starts remembering the moments you survived. And that strengthens your faith. Even if today is hard, thanking God for something small rescues you from the mental abyss. God, thank you for this day. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for holding me up this far. That changes you. Some people ask for solutions, but they don't ask for wisdom. And wisdom is what prevents future falls. Wisdom is what helps you choose well, speak well, recognize people, paths, decisions. And if you really pray, you include this. God, give me wisdom. Show me what I'm not seeing. Help me understand. That prayer opens your mind. It helps you notice signs. It helps you listen better, interpret better, and suddenly something shifts. It's not always that God shows up with a visible miracle that you start making different decisions. And that's where the miracle begins. And now, the part many people don't do so, their prayer stays weak. Aligning your prayer with what God promises, not as a speech, but as an anchor. When you're shaking inside, you need an anchor. You need to remind yourself who God is and how He acts. And you repeat that not as empty repetition, but as truth. God, you are my provider. God, you are my peace. God, you are my guide. That holds you, that reprograms your mind, that pulls you out of panic. Because anxiety screams there's no way out, and real prayer brings you back to center. Let's have an honest moment. There are people listening to this who have prayed in secret, with shame, thinking no one understands. You've prayed in a room, in a bathroom, in a car, in the middle of the night, with a broken heart, and you've felt silence, and that silence hurt. And that's why you're here today. If that's you, I want to tell you something with respect. If God brought you to this moment, it's not to humiliate you, it's to teach you how to enter again, how to start again, with the right first sentence. Because when you start well, even if everything outside doesn't change immediately, something changes inside, and that can save you. Now let's make it practical, so you truly take it with you. I'm going to give you a short structure you can use every day without complicating it, without making it long, but making it real. And if you apply it, you'll notice a change in days, not years. First, begin. God, you are holy, you are here. I draw near to you. Second, align. Let what is right be done, guide me. Third, ask for today. Give me peace and strength for today. Fourth, release burdens. Heal my heart, help me forgive. Fifth, protection. Lead me away from evil, guard my steps. Sixth, gratitude. Thank you for holding me up. And that's it. If you want, then tell Him the specific thing. But you're no longer entering in a sprint. You're no longer entering empty. You're no longer entering in a rush. You're entering with presence. And here's a loving warning. Don't try to perfect it. Don't try to make it flawless. Try to make it real. Because perfectionism kills prayer. It turns it into a task. And when prayer becomes a task, it becomes heavy. And what God wants to give you is rest. Now, I want you to go deeper with me, because we going to do something many videos don't do well. We going to close the circle. We're going to take your real situation, your real pain, and place it into a real prayer with the right beginning. And I want you to do it for real. Even if you're listening in a public place, inside, with honesty. You don't need to shout. You just need to be present. Breathe, lower your shoulders, and before you ask, start the way you should. God, you are holy. You are here, and I draw near to you. Today, I'm not coming to run. Today, I'm not coming to act strong. Today, I'm coming to speak to you for real. Align my heart with yours. I want what is right. I want your guidance. Give me what I need for this day, not for my whole life, for this day. Give me peace where my mind runs. Give me clarity where I'm confused. Give me strength where I'm weak. Heal my heart where it hurts. Help me release what makes me bitter. Help me forgive, even if it's only one small step. Deliver me from evil. Protect me from decisions that destroy me. Lead me away from paths that look good but aren't. And thank you. Thank you for holding me up this far. Thank you for not letting go of me, even when I didn't know how to talk to you. Today I choose to come near for real. Today I choose to start well. Today I choose to truly pray. Stay silent for 1 second. Don't run to the next thought. Stay, because sometimes the answer doesn't come like a loud voice. Sometimes it comes as peace. Sometimes it comes as simple clarity. Sometimes it comes as a decision you can finally make. Sometimes it comes as the courage to release something that was making you sick. And that is also an answer. Now, do this for yourself to seal it. Decide what your first sentence will be from today forward. Choose one and use it for 7 days without failing, even if it's only 30 seconds. God, you are holy. You are here. I draw near to you. Or God, here I am. But say it with presence. And watch. Watch how your inner world shifts. Watch how your way of asking changes. Watch how your reactions change. Because when prayer is real, you change. And when you change, your life starts to change. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it only for yourself. There is someone right now praying with guilt, with fear, with anxiety, believing God is far away. Send them this video. Share it wherever you can. And if you want to keep learning how to build a life with real peace and a real connection with God, join me on this channel. Subscribe and stay close, because what's coming next might be exactly what you need for your next step. And if you made it to the end, write in the comments, "Today I start right."